Knight f6, and now knight to g5. This is called the fried liver attack, and many people will think that they've already succeeded in getting a winning position, because the knight is threatening to take on f7, we cannot take back, and then they are going to win material. But here you will uncork something so vicious. You're going to play the move bishop c5, making it seem like you've blundered material, you've got to move your queen and lose your rook. But after knight takes f7, you are going to throw a haymaker. Bishop takes f2 check, and now is where the fun begins. White can take back that bishop, king takes on f2, and now we delay again with knight takes central pawn check. White king can go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares here. 2 of them survive, 4 of them lose immediately. The 2 that survive are hiding on g1 and going diagonally to e3, although I can almost guarantee you'll win 90% of the time if it goes to e3. Another move, for example, if they go to f3, will result in an absolute demise with something like queen to f6 check, and the king will get hunted down in the center of the board. Oftentimes the move pawn to d5 will be very useful here, and it's already basically a checkmate. There is nothing here that can be done. If the king goes to f1, then the other queen move is not to f6. Before that was a direct check on the king on f3, but because the king has gone to f1 and the queen can get in the way, in these positions we have queen h4. Keep the move queen h4 in mind, because it's going to happen in a lot of these positions. Now if something like queen to f3 attacking our knight, we have knight d4, and we see a serious issue here. The queen is hit, we are threatening a mate, it's almost impossible to stop. We're also threatening to take here and win the rook. We're also threatening to just bring our rook, ultimately. The move rook to f8 is going to happen at some point as well. The 2 best moves that our opponents can play are hiding the king. I'll start with this one. So we play queen to h4, and now the best move for the opponent is to play the move g3. This is the only move. After knight takes g3, if something like h takes g3, we take with check, king moves to f1, and now we have to get our rook out of danger with something like rook to f8. The current count of material here is that we are down 3 points, but in a moment we are going to play d5, sacrificing our central pawn, bringing out this bishop to attack the queen, and also this knight is in serious trouble as long as we can disconnect here. So d5, the bishop pops out, the knight jumps in, and we are hunting down this poor king with no cover. If king comes out to e3, which very well might happen, we do not have queen to g5 check because the knight takes, but again this move queen h4, and you'll oftentimes see the move g3 here. You have to take, and you have to give a check, and you have to give this check because the king doesn't have a very convenient square to go to. If it goes to e2, you take on c4, and it's a fork. You've officially won back both of the pieces that you've sacrificed, and this king is absolutely terrible. Obviously, there are other things, like for example, if pawn comes up, my favorite, and one that might happen to you, you have a mate in 2. Queen f4 check, king to e2, and queen f2 is mate. You've checkmated your opponent with the black pieces in 9 moves.